folks, it's the Red, and welcome to Let's Play Crash Twinsanity. I'm taking a little break from the blind running in order to tackle a game that I'm familiar with, and also to tackle a game from a series that I'm quite fond of. So why not Crash Bandicoot? I've decided to go after Crash Twinsanity because, frankly, I feel like this is probably one of the most underrated games in the series. Really, I think this is one of the best Crash games they've ever made. Ranking in the Naughty Dog era, if you ask me. It's a worthy game to hold up to it. It holds a candle. I would probably rate this somewhere between Crash 1 and 2, as far as how good of a game it is. Is it perfect? No. And I'll be sharing with you where I think this game is the strongest and where it is weak. But enough of that. Let's get this thing started up. Okay, we need to start a new game. Part of my reason for doing this LP is because I need to create a new file for this game because I got a new memory card. Okay, let me see here. Format memory card? Okay, sure, why not? So, if that's what I need to do to get a save file here, then so be it. And we are successful. So, let's move on to some first cutscene.
I'm gonna get ya! Come here.
Sleep, my insipid angel.
Crash! Crash! Where are you, big brother? There's something weird going on in the bay! Come see!
Something weird going on at the bay? I think there's something weird going on right here. Anyway, that auto-saving thing we just saw refers to the world crates that are found in this game. We'll get to that in a moment. So, if you've ever played a Crash Bandicoot game before, you're already pretty familiar with what you can do. You can run, you can jump, you can spin. Crash also brings his slide, belly flop, and crawling. Slide jumping, however, operates a little differently. When you slide and jump, he does like this little fluttering long jump.
It is I, Aku Aku. My duty is to protect you. You may summon me by breaking open these crates. Call me thrice, and I shall grant you special powers.
For the most part, that's true, but what Aku Aku fails to mention is that he is pretty badly nerfed in this game. Yes, he still blocks damage from basic enemies and such, but TNT and Nitro are now instant kills. He cannot protect you from that. Just as well, when you're invincible, he can't protect you from that either. Furthermore, invincibility does not defeat enemies. You still have to beat them by spinning into them and such. So yeah, he's still got his uses, but overall, Aku Aku got pretty nerfed for this game. We're just gonna lead these chickens into this nitro here. Booga 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 booga! The reason being is because they are protecting a gem that's all the way up here. Which is another thing I want to mention, is that gems, the way they work, has changed in this game. No longer do you need to go through the entire stage and break all the boxes. Now you have to find the gems that are skewed about in every level. There's 6 in every level, and 96 in the game. It's pretty interesting, I suppose. It's different, certainly. Each gem you collect unlocks a new concept art or special video, which you can view in the extras section. So there's a good bit of incentive to go after them. The main problem I have with them is backtracking for them. If Crash falls too hard, he will fall on his back. And if you fall too far, you'll actually die from that. Let's go check out the fish geyser here. I guess the water is toxic to them. Anyway, if we head on up here, we'll find a sled. Whee! And as we head over here, another worm to bounce on. 2 more, in fact. Be careful not to stand there, because they're all too happy to try and bite you. And that's not going to do anybody any good. Okay, time to parkour on the way back here. Be a little careful here, because it is pretty easy to misjudge your jump, and then go and take a plunge. That did not look like a very long fall. Well, I guess it was kinda, because I jumped it. And if we head over here, we have 1 more gem to collect. I will be going for an all gems run in this game, so every stage that has gems in it, I will be getting, which is pretty much every stage, really. But yes, I am doing this run for 100%. So if you've ever been wondering where all the gems were in this game, well, this video series will hopefully help you with that. It is a pretty interesting concept, the way they work the gems in this game. It's basically one big Easter egg hunt, rather than hunting down all those boxes and taking it at the end of the stage. By the way, you see how I'm moving Crash's head like this? That's just me moving the camera, and Crash moves his head with it. Ooh, 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 ooh. I think it's pretty neat. Anyway, let's move on to the stage proper. Hi, Coco! You look a little different. Did you get a haircut? Anyway, as we head in this direction... Hey, look, it's Crash's house! We can't actually go inside, but I still think it's cool to see it here. Anyway, if we roll this bomb into the tiki mouth, preferably before it goes off... Oh, come on. Okay, maybe it won't go off until we actually get it in there. Anyway, push it in, back off. Then we need to push this hay bale onto the tongue. For being on grass, it sure does slide around a lot. That should be far enough. And we find a yellow gem. Wonderful. Moving on. This is one of those world crates I was talking about. These are the things that save your game and let you resume from the... and basically separate the quote-unquote levels of this game. As we pass by this crate, it autosaves for us. And now we can move on to the first stage, Jungle Bungle.
Come on, follow me, Crash! Stay close and do what I do!
So basically, this is a tutorial stage explaining all the mechanics of the game, which we already know. Well, because I already know, because I've already played this game so many times. And because I've played Crash games in the past. I like how he's trying to tell us to do a double jump when he just jumps over it once. Well, if he can do it, so can I! Who needs a double jump? Yeah, that's probably also worth noting, is that as of this game, they decided to incorporate the double jump into Crash's standard moveset. I guess they decided it was just that essential that they couldn't just have it as a power-up later in the game. Not that there's any power-ups found later in the game anyway. No new moves or anything like that. Anyway, before we head in that direction... Oh, guess he's gonna talk to us anyway.
It's easy!
Showing us how to slide.
Oh, too easy.
But before we move on, we have another gem to collect. That's over in this direction. Just roll these bombs into each of the tiki mouths. this one could take a little longer. Alright. Next up. Sometimes I get my lefts and rights mixed up. That's why I'm sometimes having a little trouble with the camera. Nothing major. Boom! And that was just clumsy.
Come on.
Oh, it's gonna kick us all the way back here? Alright. Let's do a jump cut. Right, so let's try being a little more mindful of where we are walking this time. Because water is instant death. Crash, you really need to learn how to swim. Heck, you know how to swim, you just can't do it without dive wear. Because that makes sense. Oh, come on, push the bomb. So, okay, so that's what we're gonna do, huh? Get out of here. That's more like it. Other way. Uh-oh. Alright, one more. I wonder why that hay bale is there. And we need to get towards that mouth. And slide it in! Oh, you see that? That is how we do it! Uh-huh! Head bobbing. Alright, so now we just jump across these platforms to get across. These jumps aren't too difficult. Unless, of course, you do that. And what's that in the water? I call that not worth it. Seriously, who would go for that? You have... Aku Aku isn't too hard to get, and this is just the first stage. You shouldn't even really need him for too many hits unless you make a lot of clumsy mistakes. But even then, if you are the type making clumsy mistakes, who's to say you're even going to get that and come out alive? That's just an unnecessary risk. I don't understand its purpose. Why is that Aku Aku mask in the water? In a place where you're likely to die? Level design. But enough of that. Enjoy this clear gem. And while you're at it, enjoy this purple one. Seriously, they may as well just hand them to us here. But enough straying off course. Let's head back to the main path. I believe Cortex was showing us how to slide. Oh, I'm sorry. Coco! It's totally not Cortex in a very obvious disguise. No chance! Also, what's up with these glowing mushrooms? Freaky. Anyway, checkpoint crates are a little different this time. Watch this. That didn't go quite as planned. Let's try this. Ah, there we go. We just had to kick it down. But the point is, you don't have to spin them anymore. That's what I was trying to show. Anyway, plants are back. Logs. They will hurt you if they hit you, as you would probably guess. Excuse me, buddy. Okay, what do you got for us this time? Corco?
Are you? It's true. Blondes do have more fun.
This is a pretty funny game. Part of the charm I have with it. Let's see, there should be, yes, a green gem right here. We'll be able to find the rest of the gems for this stage right here in this area. Let's see. We have another one right here, where we have to set off TNT. Oh. Now, how does that even work? Yes, I was colliding with the nitro, but I was also colliding with a steel crate. Wouldn't that have blocked me from running into it? I don't know. I don't know about that one.
Blondes do have more fun.
Let me just check and make sure my green gem stays collected. Yeah, it does. Okay. Then with that, let's go back and get the gem that we blew ourselves up trying to get. Okay, first we jump on the TNT and get on top of this. Well. And apparently I need to jump first. Right, let's try this again. There we go. Now we can get to this. And also all these question crates with lots of wampas in them. Wampas. Ooh. Should be careful because I'm pretty sure these can crush you. Alright, that'll do it over here. And that blue gem up there is the last one for the stage. Oh, watch where you're biting, you pest. Alright, that's the blue gem, and that is all 6 gems for Jungle Bungle. So let's get to the end of this place, shall we? Jump on this. There's a lot of explosion-related puzzles that you'll find in this game, particularly in the in-between sections of this game. A lot of them involve setting off a detonator, which can be jumped on or spun in order to set off some explosives in the immediate area.
Magic, everyone! Magic!
How did that work? Well, whatever. Let's just keep things moving. Hello again. You might want to duck and crawl. Oh,
I'm okay. The spikes broke my fall.
oh, okay. So here we'll just want to do a little crawling. I could probably run past this, but it's a tutorial stage. Throw them a bone. They want to feel important. And this, you need to be really careful around here. Because, again, instant death nitro. Oop.
Hey! Yeah, you! I've been doing this for 10 stinking years. Back and forward, and I'm sick of it! Well, I'm not gonna do it no more!
Well, suit yourself. I guess he wanted to go out with a bang. Oh, okay, I guess we're not gonna move the camera. Well, watch out, we got a pretty we've got a pretty deadly plant move coming up ahead. I hope we can get past it. Or that can happen. Whoever designed this place should have really put some thought into where those traps were. Anyway, if you look back here, you'll probably find a couple of extra lives. Probably. Or maybe you're just misremembering the game like I am. Because it's over here, out in the open. Anyway, that's another world crate, and it's time to see what's going on here at the beach.
Surprised to see me, Crash?
The gasp!
Like the fleas in your fur, I keep coming back. 3 years I spent alone in the frozen Antarctic wastes. And I missed you. And so I've organized a little gathering, like a birthday party, except the exact opposite. And look, all of your friends are here. You are so very popular. Let's start handing out the presents.
And what he said was actually true. It has indeed been 3 years since the previous game, Wrath of Cortex, when Cortex was frozen in ice. But he wasn't alone. He was with Uka Uka this whole time. Anyway, one thing I really like about this fight is how it's so reminiscent of the first fight from the first game.
This is from Tiny. This is from Dingodile. Ripperoo, you shouldn't have. Pinstripe, how thoughtful. Oh dear, two of the same.
Actually, I think I've gotten like a dozen of those now. Anyway, just jump over these lasers and they're no problem. And yes, that is a gift I can return. Thanks for the tip! I like this fight. It's pretty fun. It's pretty neat. But at the time, I found it pretty tough, too. Then again, I guess that's not a bad thing. Okay. Gotta be careful in this part. Start getting less and less room to work with. Ooh!
Meet your brand new
But unlike most intro bosses, this one has two phases to it.
Mecha Bandicoot.
Here's the second phase of the fight, Mecha Bandicoot.
Magnificent.
Of course I was, you fool. Initiate missile attack.
His attacks aren't too difficult to dodge either. He has this missile attack, and then he'll try and poke you with this saw, and then he'll shoot a green laser at you, which you can spin back to him. Cortex should really think about using something other than green lasers. It's causing more damage than good to him. Anyway, spin a couple lasers and you'll take out one of his arms. This is one of those fights that actually gets easier as you go along, because you're taking away more and more of his moves. Okay, both of his arms are down, so all he's going to do is shoot lasers at us. Ow! Nope. And that is the intro fight. Anyway, at the end of that fight, it immediately goes to this cutscene, which leads us into the next stage. Cavern Catastrophe. So here we go. We enter into a roller brawl method of control. There's a good bit of goodies to be found in these hallways, a lot of extra lives, and a few gems that need to be collected as well. So we'll be keeping an eye out for those. You must also be wary of nitro crates in the vicinity, because like always, they will insta-kill you. The roller brawl is a lot like the Altisphere stages for Wrath of Cortex, which I thought was a nice thing to bring back. I really like the gimmick from that game. Head over here and you will find an extra life. Can't have too many of those. Anyway, I'm pretty sure that was a checkpoint. Sure, let's go down the skull and crossbone path. That's always a good idea, right? It is when there's a gem down it. This one is yellow. Proceeding onward. Definitely be careful in this area because there are lots of stacks of nitro. And yes, you do want to go down the right road on that fork in the path, because it leads to a green gem. Ooh, oh, well, that was almost bad. We'll wait for the nitro gas to pass by. Here's a checkpoint. Hey, don't spank him! There's a couple of extra lives here, but you gotta be quick. Let's see if I can grab them. Oh, no, I'm not. I'm just gonna miss them all together and overshoot it. That went all kinds of wrong. Those are called not worth it. And yeah, if you make them stand still a bit, they'll go into like some sort of idle animation like that. I rather like how the roller brawl animations work out. It's pretty funny. Okay, careful, and moving on. Yeah, that looks risky. Okay. Probably need to re-ring this, and yellow? You always want to ring them in the order of red, yellow, green. Like a traffic signal. Anyway, we head in this direction, and there are bounce crates. We need to use these to get across. Of course, landing on them helps too. Right, trying that again. Okay, let's try and go straight across. Oh! Overshot the platform there. Didn't think you could actually do that. Didn't seem like I was going that fast either. Oh well, if at first you don't succeed, it really wants me to overshoot this. But if you go at it very slowly, it looks like you can make it across no problem. But you also need enough momentum to actually get to the bounce crate. Oh! Ow! Didn't maintain my momentum. There we go! Finally! You don't know how many lives I lost trying to get to that. Oh, that was probably one of the more tedious gems to get. Glad to have that one out of the way. Anyway, we have some more spinny things to go through. This is mostly automated, so it's no problem. But you'll definitely want to be going across these. And down. Where you'll find the pink gem. Comparatively easier to that last one I was trying to get. Anyway, we drop down into the Tiki Head. And what does Cortex find?
Well, well. A power crystal.
Of course.
Yes, once again, we are looking for crystals. There's not one in every stage, because there wasn't one in the last one, but yeah, and what just happened? What is this drill thing? What are these monsters coming out here? What is going on? Well, all I know is that we have to hit all these buttons by body slamming them. If you find yourself needing an Aku Aku crate, no problem. These boxes in the background have just what you're looking for. So if these beam sword wielding enemies are giving you some trouble, go grab yourself a few Aku Aku crates. Those crates aren't just for show. Oh, get out of my way. Alright. And that takes care of the drill invaders.
Yes! The crystal is mine!
Ooh, shiny.
Keep back, you weak-minded fool! Avert your gaze or you'll go crystal crazy!
Give me the crystal! And this introduces a new gameplay element in which Crash and Cortex are fighting over a crystal and can actually enhance the gameplay a little bit. Crash can't jump as high as he can when he's not carrying Cortex around, but it does increase the range of his spin attack, which is always nice. And it also lets you use this hammer attack when you press C, where you can bash Cortex's head into the ground. Because yay, Cortex abuse! Anyway, we don't need to break all these crates, so let's move on. Spin Cortex into this thing to make it go up. I don't know how this makes sense. It just does.
Throw me over there. Trust me. We're pals, right?
totally! You've never backstabbed me before, ever! Not in any of our past adventures. Anyway, you throw Cortex over to that little switch there, and a bridge appears. Anyway, see that gem over there? Gotta throw Cortex over there, too. That's a pretty easy one to get. Anyway, moving on. We have us another checkpoint. Just spin carefully, try not to get zapped by the fumes. Oop. Be mindful of that as well. What the? I don't think you're actually supposed to be able to get back here. Anyway, it doesn't look like it goes anywhere, so... Neat. Come on, camera, work with it. And we're going back into a roller brawl. I don't believe there are any gems during this section, so I'm not particularly worried about it. I am missing several extra lives, though. That's disappointing. Huh. Where do you think you're going? Anyway, here's where it tells you to use C to hammer Cortex into the ground and break through these crates. More gems. Very good. Come on, you. Sure to give you plenty of Wumpa fruits during these first sections. And now it's time for a bit of a chase. Just keep spinning and stay ahead of this drill at the bottom, and you'll be fine. You also have to hit these crystals in order. By doing so, you can actually... You can make rocks fall into the drill, and that will slow it down and give you more time to get to the top. There's going to be a gem on the way up, so we need to watch for that as well. I found this part to be a bit tricky my first time playing through this game, despite how simple it looked. Kept getting hung up in something. Usually walls. Sure, I'll take the extra life. Oop. Stop that drill! Stop that drill! Oh! We missed the gem! We need it! Got it! Was worth it! Okay, we made it past that part, and now let's smash through all this. What's he up to? Looks like he's gonna warp on ahead. And leave us with all these explosion puzzles. This is a large part of what we see in the in-between stages. Dark caves and lots of TNT. Also, treacherous jumps. Plenty of those, too. They would like you to go for that 1-up, but you also have to collect the head that comes out of it. It doesn't just give you a 1-up. So, there's really no benefit for going to that. Light! And we've made it to the next world crate. And as well, we have made it to the end of this video. In the next part, we will continue going through Sanity Island. And I shall see you next time, and I hope you look forward to more of the Crash Twinsanity LP.